So feeling uncomfortable is the first step. It's like the first symptom of you going towards shutting down and experiencing that dark night of the soul.
Welcome to New Earth. Congratulations on graduating from the Matrix. I know I did my thing down on Earth. I did the damn thing. I know I did my thing when I was on Earth. Welcome to New Earth. Congratulations on graduating from the Matrix.
Greetings, beautiful souls of the world. Zena Electra, I am here. Sharing these good vibes of you. Y'all, today we're going to talk about being uncomfortable and how being uncomfortable is actually a really good thing, and how being uncomfortable is a divine messenger. It is divine, y'all. We're gonna get into this topic right here, right today, right motherfucking now. But first, let me introduce myself. I am Zena Electra, Soul Evolutionary Guide. I am also a quantum healer specializing in past life regressions. So let's get into today's topic, shall we? Have you ever felt uncomfortable in a place, in a space, around people, in your home, in your work environment, wherever, even in your friends group? Sometimes being uncomfortable is your higher self signaling to you that it's time to make some changes. Are you afraid to make these changes that are required in order to feel better? So, let's talk about it like this. Everything is energy. We are energetic beings. And being an energetic being, we are inspired by energy. Energy can make you want to get up and dance and do something. Energy can make you want to hide away. Energy can make you irritated. Energy is literally everything. Everywhere, every day, in all aspects of life. So if you are feeling uncomfortable in the space that you are in, maybe you're feeling uncomfortable because it's time to grow beyond that space. Maybe you're feeling uncomfortable because you're tired of being small. You're tired of feeling cramped and oppressed. Being uncomfortable is your soul signaling to you, hey, there's a change that needs to be made so we don't experience another dark night of the soul. A lot of times we avoid or we ignore certain signals that are flashing to us from our higher self, from our inner self, our higher self, from our soul, that, hey, something is off, something is wrong, and if you don't do something, we're going to shut down. So to keep yourself from shutting down and to experience another night of the soul, and to experience another dark night of the soul, and dark nights of the soul aren't bad. It's just you completely shutting down to give yourself time to figure out what's wrong, what you could be doing different, who's there that don't need to be there, what's there that don't need to be there. It could be a habit, it could be a person, it could be a location, it could be anything. So feeling uncomfortable is the first step. It's like the first symptom of you going towards shutting down and experiencing that dark night of the soul that we all know, that we've all experienced multiple times. People think that you just have one dark night of the soul. I have had many. Many. And it always starts as me feeling uncomfortable first. Though feeling uncomfortable, a lot of times, especially in this society, we are groomed to play small, to be humble, to keep your voice down, to not express yourself how you really want to express yourself, to not dance when you feel like dancing, to not sing when you feel like singing too. So we tend to experience a level of oppression, however that may look for you, to feel oppressed. Why do we feel as if we can't? Because we are afraid of judgment. We're afraid of judgment of others. Oh, what is so-and-so going to think? How is that going to look? Or nobody wants to be talked about, negatively. And so we choose oppression. And depression, which is the dark night of the soul, is just your body, your spirit, tired of being oppressed, being shrinking. And so we're in a society where a lot of times we're groomed to be people pleasers. And when you are a people pleaser, your life revolves around everybody. You're not the center of your life. People talk about decentering men, or decentering women, decentering jobs, or decentering. It's because you're not the center of your universe. Everybody and everything else is. And that makes you an empty cup that needs to be filled. So you feel oppressed. You feel uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is a divine message. It's a divine messenger saying that, hey, it's okay to take up space. It's saying, hey, it's okay to be big. It's okay to have big energy. It's okay to stand out. It's okay to be seen. And it's not, I want to be seen in a pompous, egotistical, narcissism way. It's okay for me to exist on earth. Sometimes we feel uncomfortable because we are swimming in a small tank. You are a fish swimming in a small pond, in a small tank. You're not allowed to take up space. Do yourself justice by doing that thing that you desire to do. Doing that thing that sets your heart aglow. You're going to hear me say this a whole lot because it's relevant to where we are in life. Do that thing that sets your heart aglow. By doing that, by implementing movement in your life, you allow yourself to take up space, to be big in a healthy way. So, feeling uncomfortable right now, there's lots of people, especially if you're into angel numbers. If you are seeing right now in your experience, the angel number 1, 2, 3, 4, 1234. If you're seeing a progression or any progression of numbers, it could be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Any progression of numbers after 1, 2, 3, 4, that particular angel number is what? The number 5. That's saying you have done this, you have done that, you have done that. Now it's time to move. The number 5 in numerology represents movement. It represents travel, adventure, sexual expression. It represents the mundane things in life. The number 5 represents freedom, liberation. It doesn't want to be stagnant. And so if you're feeling uncomfortable, it's because you have stagnant energy in your space. It could be your actual physical body. It could be the people and the places around you. Maybe everything is too predictable. And a lot of times we don't move. We don't move from our discomfort because we're afraid of the unknown. And this is something that I am guilty of myself, is being uncertain of the unknown. Oh my God, what if I mess up? What if it's wrong? What if I'm wrong? Is that a chance that you're willing to take? What if you're right? What if I'm right? What if this clashing of energies is telling me that it is time? What if this clashing of energies, this feeling small, feeling scrunched, is telling you, signaling to you from something that knows you better than you know you, that it's time to expand and it's time to grow and it's time to take these broken wings. Y'all, that was a song I heard in the gas station. Take these broken wings. Like, it was jamming. I was rocking to it. I'm sitting in line like this, So this means that it's time to do something different. They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Doing something different is going to give you different results. What results are you trying to see? Sometimes it's just a different atmosphere. What steps are you going to take? It's not about being comfortable. It's just about getting out of that stale, stagnant energy, that oppressive energy. A lot of times we find ourselves in situations where it's like, man, it would be so great, but, or everything should be working out, but I don't understand because, or everything is so freaking perfect, except that but, that if, that because, that except is the reason for the discomfort. It is up to you to liberate yourself, to trust that your parachute's gonna open and you're gonna soar. One of my favorite videos from Steve Harvey is called Jump, and I'm gonna place a little excerpt right here.
You can play it safe and deal without the cuts and the tears, and you can stand on that cliff of life forever safe. But if you don't jump, I got another promise I can make you. Your parachute will never open. You'll never know.
So are you willing to make that, I don't even want to say sacrifice. When people say sacrifice, it's like you're losing something or giving up something. The only thing you're giving up is the discomfort and the smallness. The time to play small, especially if you're any type of star seed, way shower, light bearer, especially if you know that you are here to do something grand. You can't be small. You can't sit here and tiptoe around other people's feelings. You can't tiptoe around other people's feelings. I was watching a Victor Odo video maybe last year, and he was talking about his wife is a great singer. He didn't know that his wife could sing, and she was singing, and she said to him, "Oh, I don't like singing because it makes other people feel bad because they can't sing." So instead of shining her light and being gifted in that way, she chose to not, because it makes other people feel bad. It is no longer the time to tiptoe around other people's feelings. And that resonated for me because I'm really good at a lot of things, and I tend to trigger people who haven't figured out what they're good at. And so just because you're around people who haven't figured out what they're good at doesn't mean that you can't be great at what you figured out about yourself. When it comes to being in this incarnation, when it comes to life, we are born already knowing how to do things because we've experienced many lifetimes. For myself, being a super old soul, I have lived in lifetimes where I learned how to draw, where I learned how to dance, where I learned about music, where I learned the healing arts, where I learned all of these things. And this is the lifetime where I have all of these gifts because I've earned them. And it would be an injustice to me to have something that I've earned through living through living lifetimes before this lifetime, for me to not utilize my tools. Your gifts are your tools. A lot of times we're feeling uncomfortable because we're not utilizing our tools to make a way for us. We're not utilizing our tools, our gifts, to do what they're here to do because we're playing small so we don't hurt other people's feelings. That resonated to me when I saw that particular Victor Odo video. And I was like, wow, I've done that. I've done that a whole lot. And right now, it's not about if people like you or not. The people you trigger right now, you're supposed to trigger. The people you trigger by taking up space. You are supposed to trigger them. That is to help them realize that, damn, they could take up space too if they allow it. There might be something inside of that person, inside of that individual, that has been hindering them or holding them back from shining their light. So it is important for all of us to shine our light just so we can let people know, hey, it's safe. It's safe to be great. It's safe to shine your light. It's okay to be okay. It's okay to not be okay. But if you're not okay, what are you going to do to be okay? That's that breaking out of discomfort. That's that liberation of self. This has nothing to do with ego. It has to do with purpose. It has to do with your soul's mission. It has to do with feeling good about being here on earth. So you guys, in order to get out of your discomfort, so it doesn't progress into depression, you have to give yourself the room to breathe and to expand. There's something right now that you're not doing that you consciously know you need to do, but you're not because of fear. So fear, false evidence appearing real. Face everything and rise. It depends on how you want to look at it that makes it an antagonist or protagonist. Some people are afraid and they do things anyway. I have an older brother, and he told me years ago, he was like, damn, sis ain't afraid of anything. Sis ain't afraid of anything. Wrong. I do things anyway, regardless if it makes sense. Sometimes this is good, sometimes it's not. But despite fear, I go and I do it anyway, because I will never know until I go. I will never know until I try. And a lot of times, the failure only exists if you don't allow yourself the opportunity to try. That's why you're feeling discomfort, uncomfortable. That's why you're feeling small, shrunken, confined, because you're allowing fear to be the obstacle that you just don't want to hop over. Not interested, right? So all I'm saying in this video, you guys, give yourself the chance at the possibility of being everything that you desire to be by doing that thing that sets your heart aglow. And that thing that sets your heart aglow is on the other side of fear. If that's showing up, if it's making a YouTube, if it's standing on stage and actually telling your jokes, if it's creating a product that you know would be a hit, even if it's teaching, if it's whatever it is, you know what sets your heart aglow. And not everybody's journey is the same. A lot of times we feel uncomfortable because we are afraid of comparison. Or if I step out and I don't do it like this person, then it's wrong. Or if I step out and I say this, then it's wrong. Comparison is the biggest thief of joy. People are waiting for you. You are waiting for you. Are you ready? You guys, that is the message for today's Xena Electro Soul Evolutionary Guide. Signing out. If you like videos like this, please like, share, subscribe. Until next time, I'm saying happy ascension all. Peace.